Hi YouTube, this is Tyler Melling with the Melling Law Estate Planning channel here on our YouTube Tuesdays segment. It's the first day of November, so it's a good time to start thinking about the holidays and the time you're going to be spending with family. Over the next several weeks, we've got Thanksgiving coming up, we've got Christmas coming up, and it's a great time to have some of these more difficult conversations with family, whether it's business succession planning or planning for mom and dad aging, or just maybe some of the skeletons that are in the family closet that need to come out and be addressed, to make sure that if something were to happen to mom and dad, that it's not going to turn into a feud. There are kind of two different situations. You're either kind of looking at this from the younger generation looking up, so you're maybe wondering, how do I approach these issues with mom and dad? Or maybe you're the older generation looking down and thinking, how do I talk to my kids about this? How do I address this? And I think from that latter position, it's a little bit easier in some ways, because as long as you can initiate that conversation and just say, we are trying to make these plans just in case something happens to us. We don't want it to be a burden on you guys, so we're taking these steps, and we're wondering if you would be willing to manage the financial affairs, or maybe manage the business, or do a business buyout, or accept a gift, whatever that may be. Maybe talk to an attorney or an accountant. Get a feel for your options first, and then have these conversations with your children, solidify that plan a little bit, and then go back and finalize that plan before the end of the year. Another option, or rather another position, is the children trying to bring these things up with their parents. A lot of people just don't want to address estate planning, whether it's just fear of the discomfort of the conversation, or maybe it's just not on the top of their mind. But for these children who are possibly caregivers in the future, or going to be managing these funds anyway, just out of concern for parents, it can be difficult. But one of the preferred ways I recommend people broach this topic with their parents is just to say, look, I am going to be in this position where I'm either taking care of you or taking care of your finances, and I just want to make sure that everything's squared away, so I can do that and focus on taking care of you, instead of focusing on the law or the legal aspects, or focusing on the family drama that's going to unfold at the time. Because when these things are planned in advance, and when there's transparency, then the plan's going to... I can't tell you how many times I've seen a well-drafted plan on the legal end, but because the conversations didn't happen, it fell apart. And also you see sometimes just horrible work on the legal end from people who maybe don't specialize in estate planning, but because of the family dynamic and because everybody has been very transparent, it still tends to work itself out. So as we approach the holidays, please talk first to the professionals in your life, whether it's a CPA that you tend to be in contact with, or your estate planning attorney. Then approach these topics with your family, and then you can have a more effective plan down the road. Thanks for watching this week, and we'll tune in next week.